You cannot love someone whom your brain is screaming at you as a threat. You can certainly have an attachment to them, as many have attachments to those who threaten them. You can have affection for somebody. You can care about what happens to them. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not loving them. Not the love which is commanded in the Scriptures. When the Scriptures say you will love the Lord your God, when the Scriptures say you will love the person like yourself, when you will love your neighbor like yourself, this is a completely different thing. Attachments are about how you feel, about how the other person makes you feel. That's what that's about. This kind of love is about you caring about the other person regardless of how they make you feel. To love someone is a choice, not an attachment or an emotion. The moment you see someone as a threat, your fear response kicks in, which can then trigger your aggression response. Now, with this, I am talking about your fight, flight, and bodily cravings responses, which are in fact controlled by your amygdala. The brain only knows two ways to deal with threats. Seeing the other person as yourself, or yourself in the other person, having compassion on them, is not one of them. The brain cannot be allowed to engage its threat response system if it is your goal to love this other person. You can either love this other person, or you can see them as a threat, but you cannot do both. Your brain will not allow you to do it. Therefore, when you are aggressive towards someone, you cannot love them simultaneously in that moment. When you are scared of someone, you cannot simultaneously love them in that moment. Again, love is a choice, to have compassion on the other person, to see yourself in the other person. It is an action, not an emotion. If we are to love the person next to us as ourselves, then we cannot see them as a threat. Whether or not we see them as a threat is up to us. It is a choice we make. Or rather, it is a choice we are capable of making upon reflection of our own subconscious attitudes, biases, and preconceptions. One does not try to protect themselves from a person whom they are choosing to love as themselves. This is why Jesus taught to turn the other cheek, and if someone takes your coat, give him your shirt as well, and if someone forces to go 1 mile with him, go with him too. He also explicitly taught to love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who abuse and misuse you. In order to do these things, you cannot see this other abusive person as a threat. Love and fear are mutually exclusive. As John wrote, love brought to completion tosses fear out. The threat and needs assessment system in the human brain is to what Paul was referring when he talked about the flesh in almost every case. As John wrote also, God is love. Paul wrote, operate in the Spirit and you will nowise bring the works of the flesh to fulfillment. We must disengage from this threats and needs assessment system and submit to or cooperate with the Spirit of Christ in order to love, so that it is God who acts and speaks through us. Because it is love himself who will be responding to the other person regardless of what they do or say.